I don't know how to get it across to the St. Jude like people that like I don't need a T-shirt or a bear or a pillow or a throw blanket or anything. Just make sure all of my money gets to the kids. That's it. That's all I need. Just like complete assurance that all of the money that I'm sending you goes to the kids. Yeah, that's the goal. I mean, that's why I'm sending the money. I'm not sending it so you guys can have it. That's for damn sure. I just heard a St. Jude's commercial on the other boys. St. Jude, the patron saint of lost causes. That's so depressing. It lets you know like where their mindset was at though when they like first made the program because it must have seemed like a lost cause at the time. Childhood cancer. Yeah, man. That would be like one of my first questions to Yahweh. If Yahweh's real, I'd be like, so Yahweh, bone cancer in kids, what's up with that? Like, just what's the deal with that? Uh, if my drinking bothers you, I apologize. Enjoying some sippage for the night. Oh, 2 days, 2 days, and these puppies will be in. Oh, that's gonna be interesting. I'm like, in a way, I'm nervous. In a way, like I'm nervous because it's like, I mean, like it's like I'm so used to seeing myself with these studs in my mouth. So it's gonna be very interesting having teeth again. But yeah, I'm looking for voice acting jobs. That's like it seems next to impossible right now. Yeah, definitely because the lack of teeth. There's be too much lisp on it. But same thing with like being able to promote for either one of my projects. But I did find the lyrics to the Killing Tree. So that's good for Anadonia, which because all of Anadonia's music's really gonna touch on some hardcore shit. Like one of the songs that I'm writing is currently about like a young kid that like decides to go urban exploring in his town, and he like ends up running into what up? He ends up running into well he like in his urban searching he finds a dead body, and it's a overdose junkie that's been there for a while. And I want to like heavily like talk about it because I want to like tell like I want these stories of Anadonia to really hello Sigma Harvey, hello your local goober, like the like and subscribe please. This is usually about my music, this channel, and I, I could use all the subscriptions that I could get. I've heard, I guess when you get to 1,000 subscribers, then you can have super chats and stuff like that. So that would be cool because all of my money would go directly towards my music or helping my mom take care of the house because now I'm part owner of the house. So I have to take care of things now. I've never had this much responsibility thrust upon me. Hi, Xander Svite, WTE, Xander, WTE, or is it Xander Vite? I don't know, whatever. I know that these are pronounced differently in other languages. Anyway, what I was saying is like right now I've got like the Killing Tree, which is like just to give it a preface, it starts off with the sound of like a bunch of babies crying, and then that slowly fades into a bunch of flies buzzing. Like, so a lot of the songs that are going to be on like Anadonia's albums and stuff like that are like completely designed to excite a visceral reaction out of the listener. So it's like, so it brings out something actually like that you feel, and I thought the Killing Tree that took place during the Cambodian genocide in the Khmer Rouge, I thought that it was a really good thing to go with because because it is so damn disturbing, like in itself of what it is, But I'm gonna have that. I'm gonna have that other song that I wrote about a boy coming upon a drug addict's body because like that I know that happens in cities like on the reg, and like I can only imagine what it feels like for a child to like run into something like that. um so I just had to write a story on that. But I've got a bunch of like cool, really cool costume stuff coming. My T-shirts should be here soon. I got like okay, I got a little button and a big button, a T-shirt and a baseball shirt, all that have the international planetary flag of the Earth. It's the Earth's flag. It's the flag that represents every country on Earth. Yeah, and I got like a bunch of merch with that on it, so I can put it like on my hat, and I can put it like on my jacket, and like, cause I want to say that like, dude, like, there's a big thing for me. Like, I don't feel I I love Jewish people, dude. They're some of the best parties I have ever been to in my life. I'm not pro-Israel though. Like, there's a major difference between Jewish people and the Zionists that exist in Israel. Huge difference. But I have zero problem with the Jews. But I am an anti-theist as well. I don't think any religion should exist. Period. Period. Zip. I've never seen any like really good things come out of religion. I haven't. And I study history. I'm an amateur like historian. It's what I do like all day long. I just study history because like I'm unemployed at the moment. I cannot. I'm going to do my Jesse Ventura. Hold on. I can't find a job in this current economy, which they set up for us because it's a rigged system, and we're all indoctrinated underneath it. Yeah, sorry. That's my Jesse Ventura. Don't tell me you don't have 4 more reps in you. Don't tell me that, Chris. I was there. I know the Quran. I know the Quran. I know the Quran, dude. It's just the first book of the Bible. It's the same thing. I don't like religions, period. None of them. None of them. Not a single one. So people ask me, like, and the only reason I don't like them is because I find they divide people. If there wasn't so much division within religion itself, I wouldn't find it that destructive, find it that much of a problem. In fact, I can see situations in which it's very positive and uplifting. It's a great way to bring people together. It's a great way to have. What sector do you believe in, Palau or Kadab? The only parts of the Quran that I've read were the parts that were translated to Greek and then eventually to English. So I don't know that much of it. I only know the parts that were brought into the Bible. I just know that the Hasidic Jew religion can be bigoted and can be Zionistic, just like hardcore Muslims. Like, and I hate to tell Jewish people and Muslim people, but like, your religions are like exactly the same. I don't know if it was Hebrew. Like, I can't be quoted on that. I'm not sure what it was translated to first. But the lessons that I've delved from every book that I've read as far as religion goes have not been able to stand the test of time. Just in a sense that, like, somewhere else in the book it ends up yeah, the Quran is interesting in a sense that it doesn't say that Yeshua was the hi Daisy, that Yeshua wasn't the chosen one, and I think that's pretty, that's interesting. I don't respect any form of religion because you find dogmatic arrogance in people that are very religious. I believe this, therefore I am better than you. or I believe this, therefore I know more about life than you do. Like, and that can get very, very annoying. Um, I don't like the Bible because it's completely contradictory. It's continuously contradicting itself. Um, and a lot of the standpoints that's in there are absolutely abhorrent. It advocates for slavery. It advocates for genocide. It advocates for things that I just couldn't get behind. So even if I did believe that Yahweh existed, which I don't, um, I still wouldn't pray to him. I'd give it I'll give it a shot on reading it again, but there's a lot to read in the Quran. It's really just the New Testament. The New Testament and the Quran are essentially the same. But for the quick answer, no, I don't have a problem with Jewish people. Not at all. I have a problem with Zionists, and Zionists exist in every religion. So I just, no, right now, don't support Israel. Don't support what Israel is doing. I don't support the culture of the Palestinian people either. However, I do support that the Palestinian people have the right to exist. Yeah, the Quran doesn't have a testament. The first testament of the Bible is is basically the Quran just ripped off. There are no divine laws. That's it. Like, that's what I'm getting at, is that there are no divine laws because there is no divine, period. Like, and to chalk things up to divinistic, like, platitudes, that's fine, I guess, but, like, then you're completely ignoring science, which means that I can't put any faith in. I can't put any faith isn't the right word either. I can't put any weight into what you're saying because you don't have any facts or any sort of objective proof that can show something exists. Christianity is just a subsect of Judaism. Like, legitimately, like Judaism existed first, and then Christianity kind of branched off of it. Like, but they're both stupid. Like, they're both fucking retarded. Like, they both completely are for pro genocide, pro incest, and like pro uh, killing off anyone who's different than you. You know, convert or die. Fuck the Abrahamic religion. Fuck the Christianic religion. Like, I don't like any of them. I wouldn't have voted for either of them. Let's get off the topic of religion. It's too heavy, and you guys believe too much in it. If I keep talking to it with you guys, I'm just gonna block you because I can't stand religious mumbo jumbo. No, that's the funny thing is that it's not. No. No, I am not drunk in any way whatsoever. The different versions, that's the thing though, like, there are different versions, which makes it even less believable. Because it's like, okay, someone came along and rewrote it in a different way. Like, rewrote it in the sense that it worked for them better. There's a reason why the Quran hasn't changed, yes. But the reason that the Bible changes so often is it changes with the zeitgeist. Like, you can see when something falls out of favor in like the social area, then that doesn't mean any of it's true in any way, shape, or form. Winnie the Pooh can be told the same way in 1,000 years, and it doesn't mean he ever existed. She. Is Winnie the Pooh a girl or a boy? I don't know. There will be no day of judgment. I don't want you to send the verses because they don't mean shit to me. I don't believe the Bible proves anything or that any verses in the Bible prove anything whatsoever. So it would be a complete waste of time. I don't think so. I mean, yeah, I guess I think so because I can't prove that there is no God. But I can kind of say that, yeah, I don't believe what's in the Quran either. I don't believe in that. I don't believe. Why would I prefer one to the other when I don't believe in one? Like the whole thing, I'm getting like you're really missing the point here. I'm an anti-theist, which means all religions, in the nicest way possible to say this, I think are complete bullshit. It's an easy way to control poor people. That's not true at all. There's a bunch of other religious texts that are preserved. Don't ask me to fucking look them up because I can't right now. I don't have a computer. You know I don't, and that's why you would ask me that. It sets me off at a disadvantage. However, I could look up a bunch of books that are still around today, from like Sun Tzu stuff, from all the way to like the the Buddhists, the Hinduists, like all the Hindis, all of the different kinds, man. Um, the Quran's been preserved only because people keep rewriting the damn thing. Like, but they have changed it a bunch. Like, sorry. Like one thing, yeah, I love that. I love that the Jewish people love falling back on that. Like, we were the slaves of the Egyptians. No, you weren't. You never were. You never, ever, 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 ever were. Yeah, exactly. There's ancient Egyptian religions that are preserved to this day. Doesn't make them real. There's traditions that are still alive in Africa that have to do with voodoo and the other and like many other kinds of things like that. Rastafarianism, deism, ascentralism, humanism. There's so many different things. There's about 2,000 gods, and you're asking me if I believe in one of them. No. No, I don't believe in all of them. Yeah, no, it's not. The Arabic text like started off the way it was, but that's not to say it was the first one. Sumerian, as far as we know, is the first text. Dude, I'm done with you, Ariette. You're annoying as fuck. Go preach your bullshit to people who give a fuck. Annoying fucking religions, people. Caliph Uthman ordered the description of unofficial Quran copies in 650 to standardize the text after an unofficial version was compiled. This is the surviving version, even some variations still exist now. That's what I'm getting at, is that every single religious text has this awkward ability to change its mind as the social zeitgeist does. Like Mormonism. Great example. Black people couldn't even be in the Mormon church for a long time. Then once black people are freed, well, maybe Yahweh doesn't have such a problem with black folks anymore. Still couldn't be priests though. But then in the 1970s, when the civil rights movement started coming around, all of a sudden Yahweh's cool with blacks being priests in the Mormon church. This is why the LDS members in my area, they think that I'm the crazy one when I call them like racist. They look at me like I'm insane. I'm like, dude, you guys don't even know your own religion. It's so sad. Exactly. Whatever's popular at the time, the religion will change to make it be like, this is what it's supposed to be like. So it's like, if you can cherry pick that easily, then your religion's too easy to pick apart. Like, that's it. I just don't fall on religion. If they bring you a good feeling and they answer some questions for you, which I don't know how they would. Did I vote today? No, but like there was no point in Massachusetts, only because I'd only be able to vote for our state or senator, state or senator right now, and currently I like the ones that we have in. So also, I don't have a car. I couldn't get to a voting center. I also have work being done on my house. See, there's your problem is that like Christians, one would hope that you don't believe in genocide nor incest. However, a lot of Christians are real quick to forgive genocide and incest when it's in the Bible. Very quick to be like, well, that's because God wanted it. And you don't find that weird at all? Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, I thought we were talking about Yahweh, not Zeus. We were talking about Zeus. We got a different story going on here, that's fine. Like, but basically what it boils down to is that like if you enjoy religion, if it's giving you a healthy connection to yourself and to the people around you, and it's doing no damage to anyone, I have no problem with it whatsoever. Just do not try to bring me into your little fun group. I don't want to be a member of it. No means no. Like, that's it. Like, that's all that I basically get down to. No, I wasn't able to make it out to vote today. However, Massachusetts notoriously votes like in high amounts in blue. Like, even though where I live, it's annoying because I live so close to like the bridge of New Hampshire, where like there are just MAGA morons everywhere around here, just fucking idiots coming just everywhere. But that's why I'm getting those T-shirts that I told you about. I'm getting the T-shirt and the baseball shirt that'll have the international flag of the planet on them, because I'm like, I don't feel like I belong to any racial group. I don't feel like I belong to any sort of cultural group. Like, I don't feel like I belong to any sort of thing. I just kind of feel like a human on the planet. Like, and so I bought a 3 foot by 5 foot flag on both sides that that has the universal symbol of the universal the International Planetary Flag of Earth. Sorry, look that up. It's the blue one with the white rings. Yes, it's based on this, the flower of life. So I got a T-shirt with I got 2 T-shirts with the designs, a big button for my jacket, and a little button for my hat. I'm like, oh, hold on, my hat. I'm not getting cold this winter. Yes, my armpit. No, the flower of life that's right here. It's all based on different circles. Like each one of these is a circle that kind of goes into itself. And that's what the international planetary flag is. It's the one that Darren just mentioned, the blue one with the white rings. And I got... okay, first off, if you're going to follow the Old Testament, then you have to ignore the New Testament. Because the New Testament cancels out the Old Testament, but the Old Testament has the 10 Commandments in it. So, once again, cherry picking. But I'm not getting into that. Thank you. Yeah, dude, I went to Dick's Sporting. Was it Dick's Sporting Goods? No. It was Macy's. Macy's, dude. Macy's had this. I was like, it looks like a pilot's cap, and I drink vodka for breakfast on cereal, kind of vibe going for it. So I loved it immediately. Or you want some beer on your cornflakes there? Oh, there you go. Like so I loved it immediately, and I'm like, okay, I'm tired of my head. Yeah. But like I was tired of my head being cold, and like when I went outside, I'm not used to having short hair. Like, so it's weird. I go outside, I'm like, my head is freezing. So I saw this thing, real leather, on this top. Real leather, so like waterproof fabric, waterproof on the top. This is all faux fur, okay. Even if it were real fur, I would have bought it. I hate to admit that because I'm not big on fur farms. I'm not big on fur farms. I will not buy. I will not buy fox fur. Won't do it because my last name's namesake is a fox. I'm not going to use my unless you ate that fox's meat. I'm not going to use it for. I'm not going to use the fur. Legitimately, yeah, I would imagine so, man. Where? How far up north are you? Because I'm like in Boston, like north of Boston. So we're pretty high up there. But we're not like Canada up there. We're like Michigan up there. It's that oh Jesus Christ. Okay. Dude, you should have my old like parka on. I bought a parka from the army. I get all of my winter stuff from the army surplus store that's nearby. Like because I figure if it's good enough for the military in this type of weather, then it's good enough for me. Like so, like I went, that's where I went and got my trench coat, which I love, by the way. Like but like yeah, that's where I got my green jacket that's upstairs. That's my winter jacket, and I honestly love the damn thing. Like because it's waterproof as hell. It's warm and it's got zippers everywhere to allow yourself to vent out if you need to. Like so, I'm all for like that. I'm breeding plants out here for the winter. Super pumped. Hell yeah, bro. Do it up. Saskatchewan's crazy, dude. Absolutely nuts. I don't know if Saskatoon is. I think that's in Edmonton. No, I think that's in Edmonton is part of Ontario. Whatever. The guys from up in Saskatoon will kick the shit out of you. Oh my god. Is Saskatchewan. Okay, yeah. And it's far north. Dude, you Saskatchewan motherfuckers are tough. You guys are tough. Like if you're gonna get into a fight from a guy from Saskatchewan, bro, you best get your knuckles ready because they're gonna have a skull as hard as concrete. The Appalachian Mountains are scary. I completely agree with you. Appalachia scares the shit out of me. Only for, not because of like of any of that like the rumors or any of that dumb shit. But like more so that like I know that there's people on the Appalachian Crest Trail that do not want to be found. And they certainly don't want to be found by me. Like, so like, there's some people that are up there and they want to get away from like, humanity in a way. And that, I mean, I think any of us could understand that at this point. But, well, I mean, I wouldn't call them hillbillies, it's just, it's, yokels, yokels. Let's call them that. Like a lot of them, unfortunately, that aren't yokels or mountain folk. Yeah, right. It's back the way it came. Anyway, but yeah, a lot of them that are up there, unfortunately, what it is it's a lot of people running from the law. It seems to be like a lot of people running from the law who are there's something just not right wired up there. And in the Appalachian Mountains, let's face it, you can get rid of things and no one will find it. And if you get rid of it long enough, the bones are going to get scattered by every animal that's up there. So it's not like they're ever going to be able to tell what happened. That's good. That's good. Oh, you're talking about The Hills Have Eyes. Yeah, the one that's in the desert. It's kind of like that. Kind of like that. Yeah, it's kind of like The Hills Have Eyes. But I've never met a human being like from the people from the Hills Have Eyes. I've met some hillbilly like some hillbilly ass redneck ass pig farmers. Okay, and I ain't never met anybody like that. Like that's some like, hey, how much radiation have you had in your inbred family for the last 10 generations? Oh boy. And I've realized that like I'm susceptible to prejudice, and I need to like really curb that. Because like when I hear people with the southern accent, my brain really does go, "Oh, they're more stupid." Well, yeah, and you can't do that. You just can't do that. But when I hear somebody be like, "Y'all don't know who the fuck you're messing with," I don't got problem, dude. I'm just like, "Oh my god, I'm dealing with someone with a 78 IQ with like room temperature IQ here." Oh my god, fuck. But that's not everybody from the South. Yeah, that's me being completely aware of my prejudices. Aw, moonshine's awesome though. Cannabis is better though. Dude, I'm sorry, Canadians, you guys are better than us. I'll straight up say it. I'll be one of the only Americans that will straight up say it. Like Canadians, you're better than us. There's nothing else I can say about that. I will say that though, if you Canadians, before you get too fucking proud, remember that every single law there is about war crimes probably came from you guys committing them. Just remember that. Okay. Yeah, no, I understand, dude. I use hyperbole to for my jokes, but I think that the fact that Canada is more open to tackling liberal ideas conservatively does make them a better country than America. America either has to do things one way or the other. Like it's a fucking football team. It's really annoying. Cause it's like, no, dude, you have to have the open mindedness to to be liberal enough and have ideas that are new and outside of the norm that change with the times. But you have to tackle those new ideas conservatively so that they can catch on and people can come together. America's not concerned about that right now. America's concerned about Donald Trump being in the fucking White House, man. And there are a plenty of fucking baby boomers who don't give a single flying fuck what happens to this country as long as Donald J. fucking Trump is in that goddamn White House. Alright? I'm really happy to hear that because I'm always going to be on the side of Canada no matter how much our country says shit about anything. No matter what America does, I don't consider myself part of America. I'm American. I was born on this plot of land, but like I was born also on a big ball of dirt flying through space. Both, Daisy, both. I like both. I want to go to both. Mexico, I will admit, is more dangerous, unfortunately, because the cartels took over after the Sinaloa cartel broke apart. That led to CJNG and, the Los Zetas, and I don't even want to talk about them because they'll find you no matter where you are and they will skin you alive. Like, I'm good, man. I've seen the videos, you know. But if you're gonna ask me anywhere from anywhere, dude, I don't fucking care. I'm from Earth, and like, you guys really missed out on Pierre Polivier, guys. Awesome. I probably that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like like we all belong. All I see is like no matter how you believe that you and I got here, we both did get here. And we had no say in it. Neither one of us. So we're citizens of this big block of dirt that we're on, terra firma. Hold on. Mommy, water's boiling. Madre. Mama. Your water's boiling. ¿Qué estás aquí? Caramba. Anyway. Yeah, that's why I bought all that gear to all the merch to represent exactly all the gear to represent being just part of the interplanetary member of Earth, or I'm sorry, intercontinental member of Earth. I've been to Canada. That's the only other country I've been to. However, it's not the only country I plan on going to. And at the end of the day, Earth is my home. Earth is everyone's home. And I wish more people could see it that way. I understand that it's a very utopian, hippy dippy thought, and I am definitely not a fucking hippie. Like, but I do wish it is something that we could accomplish. But it seems as though, in order to get everybody on the same page, it would take some massive outside threat to Earth in order to bind us all together. I'm not going to do that. My mom really likes her privacy, and I respect her having hers. I respect my mom. She wants her privacy. She doesn't want to be online, and I'm not gonna change that. Darren, failure and success is completely subjective. Like, I would consider myself a failure, definitely. I'm 39 years old. I don't have a job. I'm living with my mom, but I also understand that I'm in a time where I don't have control over what's going on, and all I can do is focus on becoming a better version of myself so that I can gain that control and, move on. Right now, the government's making that difficult, but we overcome. I feel happy because my eyes have been opened recently to just more of why I identify more with people of color, why I identify more, why I don't identify with the white community, even though yes, I'm white. I'm French Canadian and I'm Native American, but I present as white. Okay, but yeah. In a way, but I mean, also, think about it this way. We learn so much more about ourselves from when we fail than when we succeed. Because when we succeed, we've learned, oh my God, all that work that I did, it was worth it. I earned it, blah, blah, blah. But when we miss out on something, you learn that tried and true lesson that's extremely good to know. And that sometimes you can do everything right and you can still fail. No one's a failure. I literally mean that. No one's a failure. How do I feel? I'm on EBT, so I kind of don't like it at all. That was helping me feed my mother and myself. Even if I had a job right now, I would not be making enough money to not be on SNAP benefits. And when I say SNAP benefits, I mean less than $300 a month for food. That's all they give you. I don't know where anybody's getting the idea that people are getting $1,400 a month, X $100 a month, $1,400 a month. I don't know a single human being on SNAP that that either A wants to be on it, or B can still a lot of the people I know that are on it are still working. Right now I'm in deep hole because I'm an artist and there's no work out there for people that can do voiceover work or acting work or voice acting work, things like that. And I can't really make headshots until I get my teeth, Daisy, if you're having a larf, that's fucked up. That's what I'm saying, dude. They give me less than $300 a week to survive on. So, no money this month. But, if you get a kick out of that, if you really like that people like aren't getting their benefits to get food to feed their families, it tells a shed load about you. I'm not talking about you in specific days again. I just know that there are a lot of people out there that are like, oh, too bad about losing your food stamps. And it's like, not all of us are leeching off the system. A lot of us would rather not be doing this. But, like, yeah, see, like, I get less than $300 for the whole month, and I don't make anything an hour because I don't have a job, and because of the fucking brain injury and the goddamn issues that I have going on up in my brain, finding a job is not easy. It's not easy. I ain't buying shit right now. They turned my SNAP benefits off because Donald Trump is a fatuous, unctuous piece of shit that congealed in a gutter somewhere in 1946. And I wish, upon wishes, that he dies this very night in his fucking sleep. Like, ugh. Good for you, Mr. Man from Wales, who doesn't need EBT. Some of us didn't exactly get the great opportunities that you did to have a fucking job. Like, to get that job and, like, be able to hold it down. Some of us worked really hard. Some of us failed. Some of us ended up with a drug issue that fucking knocked us off the train for a good 10 years. And now we've got people not only in the boomer fucking community, but in my own community telling me that I'm the fucking loser because the system's fucked because of what? My parents' generation? I'm sorry, dude. Nah. I've turned in almost 100 applications. Good for you, dude. You're in uni and you work part-time. Good for you. That means that you're young. You got plenty of time to do this shit. Once you get up to my age, it ain't that easy. Also, you haven't experienced half the shit that I've fucking been through. Stop comparing yourself to me, man. You have no idea what I've been through. If you've been through my shit, I guarantee you'd be rotting in a gutter somewhere right now. Because finding a job here in America isn't exactly the same as the UK. Your guys' economy isn't tanking at the moment. Ours is. What up, Little 420? I'm sorry. I'm completely okay with my taxes going to help people who are on SNAP or who are on food benefits and things like that to help them eat. I'm not fighting ghosts. I'm fighting... You can't call it ghosts when they're fucking really everywhere. Just because they disappear whenever you try to see them doesn't mean they ain't there. Yeah, I don't even go to car washes and I live off of loose change. Bro, I don't get any benefits from the government other than food stamps. I don't get any money. No money. Like, anything that I get that I'm lucky enough to have is because my mother worked her ass off and has a really good social security system. I'm looking, like, currently I've got a few opportunities to do voice acting work, but it's really just voiceover work. It would be like doing the vocal parts for like training videos for bringing on new employees. I don't go to car washes if at all. Like, I don't know, guys. I plan on making money up on music. I've got a house that I'm lucky enough to be in, that I don't have to go anywhere. Like, I lucked out. I'm sorry. Alright? Like, fuck, man. And I'm like still trying to make like my music career work. I'm not trying to be better than anybody else. I just want to. I just want to put my message out there through music, make people feel through music, make people think through music, and maybe make enough money through my music and what I'm doing in the music business to help me have a family. You know, wife, kids. Darren, you're missing the point. I'm saying I'm living off of loose change in a sense that I'm broke. That's about it. Oh, okay. I never did that. I haven't been there yet, thankfully. But I can understand why that would be. I can see myself doing it. That's for damn sure. Cause like when I was a junkie, yeah, it was just 15 years ago when I was a junkie. Like, yeah, why don't I go collect change? I don't know because change is fucking worthless. Like legitimately. Unless you have like something that you can come home to and like chuck your change in that you don't need, it's fucking useless. You need to like have somewhere to save your change, but if you don't have somewhere to save your change, there's really no point in having it. Yeah, you can make money off of it. Like arguably in the same amount of time that you take doing that, you can make more money doing something else, but I don't know. I don't even fucking care. Like, dude, I just want to start making music again. The kind of music that I make, for who I saw a question on there, kind of the music that I make. Invisible Planet sounds a lot like Angels and Airwaves and Anadonia. I'm kind of going for a brand new sound. It's like very electronic, but very all over the place. Dude, welcome to the world of music, my friend. That's the rest of your life. I've been in a band since I was 13, man. I haven't. We don't make money off this. Money's a plus, a benefit, a boon, something that's lucky to come across. A oh my goodness moment when you get paid. We do this to give out the message. This isn't about the money. The money is just a a plus. But Anadonia, I probably won't get working on for another like month or so, maybe more, because I just learned how much Native Instruments Complete is nowadays. Holy Christ, dude! Like for the program and for the computer, that's like $4,000, like combined. Like that's not even before buying MIDI controllers and the guitars and the pedals and all that. But like I'm looking to do that. Yeah, that's why I collect. That's why I collect quarters too. Any quarter that was printed before 1963 has 90% silver in it, so it's definitely worth turning in. I turned in a handful of quarters one time, and I got like $150. But yeah, any quarter printed but before 1963, you can hear it. You can hear it in the tingly, 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 ting. Like you can hear it, how it has more silver in it and less nickel. And it's worth cashing in. Like, it's definitely. Um, Me, I guess I'm lucky enough in order to just. I mean, I guess it takes money to make money. I've seen people like prove that wrong though. Just in a sense that I've seen poor people that like I don't know people that don't have a lot of money really like utilize their talents to actually get attention. What it isn't, what it is in yeah, that's what I'm saying. Silver's worth more than gold at the moment, so like it's worth collecting. Definitely, absolutely worth collecting. But um, I heard it was 63, and I'm staying with that. Like, I got told that by a coin collector that it was 63. I'm staying with 63. You can feel the difference in the weight too. I don't care how many. I don't care how many of you say 1964. I don't care. The people I turned the money into said 63. If the people I'm getting the money from say 63, then it's fucking 63. It's fucking like because they're gonna rip me up no matter what. You know that. You know that. I know that. My dead dog knows that. Thank you. No, really, guys. Though I mean, for more, I mean, like I know I won't shut the fuck up about my music projects, but like, yeah. Silver, I thought was up closer to $70 an ounce, but I, I'm not gonna put any money on that. I would love to go to Wales. You guys are the birthplace of my favorite historical figure, which is Sir Rhys ap Thomas, and he was the one who killed Richard III. So I'd like to come to Wales, but no, I have not been to Wales. It gets them clean, but it completely eliminates their worth. What do the people who buy it do? I don't think you can melt down American currency. They upsell it. They upsell it. They sell it for more than it's worth, and people don't know what coins are worth. So there it is. No, we can't smelt them, unfortunately. I mean, you could, I guess. Yes, he does. Arthur Pendragon was from Wales. But Sir Rhys ap Thomas was a real person. Motherfucker killed King Richard III. Like, legitimately, like, in text, it says that Sir Rhys used a pole axe. So he was here waiting for Richard. And for some reason, Richard was in front of him, but Richard had had his helmet knocked off by then. So Richard saw Henry VII, and he made a dash for him, trying to think, okay, if I can get like to Richard, I can kill. I'm sorry, not Richard. But if I can get to Henry, I can kill Henry, and I can be the King of England. It's mine. So like so it's interesting because when Richard took the split to go to get Henry, Sir Rhys just took his pole axe and just. Now that move starts here, and it's just over like that. And what that did is it clipped Richard's head right here, and you can see the mark on Richard's skull of the hole right where Sir Rhys clipped him, like right on the left side of his head. And then Sir Rhys came in, and since he had a pole axe, that's, a spear on the end, a hammer on one side, and a blade on the other, an axe on the other. So Sir Rhys comes in and just poof, right into here on Richard. And so ended Richard III. And I always wondered to myself, I was like, well, who killed Richard? I always wondered to myself about that. And I'm like, we all know Henry became king after Richard, but who killed Richard? So I looked into it, and I'm like, oh, it was Sir Rhys ap Thomas. I think I just found my favorite historical figure. It's not a movie. That's some real shit. That's real life. That stuff really happened. Exactly. Yeah, Sir Rhys. Now that's my favorite weapon from back then. If you had asked me to hold a weapon back then, I would have chosen a pole axe. Yeah, back in 2013, they found Richard's body. That's why they know. That's how I know the events that happened so well. As Richard, I don't know what Richard was thinking. I don't know if he just thought Sir Rhys wasn't a big threat, or if he was. What I think it was that royal ego. You know what I mean? He was like, there's Henry, and his guards have kind of left him in an open position. I'm gonna run up, murk this little Lancastrian son of a bitch, and I'm gonna be king once and for all. In doing so, he made the dash, and so Rhys was like, "No, I don't think so." Back, and just got him with a back hit, clip, and that bang, that would have knocked him out. So of course Richard hits the ground first, head first, and so Rhys just buries that son of a bitch, bang, right there. And then a bunch of other people just came up and beat the shit out of Richard's body, and then they put him on the back of a mule. They stuck a dagger in his butt, not in his butt, but like in his butt, like in his butt cheek. And they put him on the back of a pack mule, and they just sent it down the road. That's why Henry VII, throughout his entire monarchy, was so damn. He was so concerned with people being loyal to him. So if he even thought you were being disloyal, he would take all your money. He'd take your land. He'd be like, yeah, nah. Because he saw for his very own eyes what can happen to a king. So Henry, this was Henry VII, by the way. So Henry, he was like, he was a very, a very, I wouldn't say paranoid, but just overly cautious in all of his situations. But you can't blame the man. You really can't. If you look at his death mask, you can see how much the years being king aged the shit out of him. Like, because he was such a, he had scoliosis. The interesting thing about Richard having scoliosis, though, is that they actually did a study on a kid that had scoliosis about as bad as Richard did. And believe it or not, the way that clothes were set up back then and the way that armor was made back then actually would have given Richard, you wouldn't have even noticed that he had scoliosis. Like, you probably wouldn't have even really noticed it. That whole humpback thing, that Richard had a humpback, that whole thing started when Shakespeare came in, because Shakespeare was living under Elizabeth I, who was King Henry VIII's, son. So, of course, they wanted to paint Henry VII as the greatest hero of heroes, and Richard as this evil creature born of the devil. And that's why you had a hunchback. But Richard was never like that, no. Richard was told by his brother that, Edward told Richard, I want you to look over England until my sons are ready. I think Richard just took it way too serious. But on the other hand, I'm sorry. I know the Lancastrians came out on top, but I'm kind of more on the side of the Yorkists. I'm sorry. The Lancastrians seem like a family that, were out of nowhere. We're just like, yeah, we have power now, so we're going to flaunt the shit out of it and do whatever the fuck we want. And it seemed like they just kind of poked the bear a lot. The Yorkists seemed like they were just kind of like, yeah, we're in power, whatever. Let's keep doing things the way we're doing them. But, the Lancastrians just couldn't be having that. They were like, nah, bro. Nah, it's that red hair, man. It's that red hair. They were fiery. But what's funny is that they were all Plantagenets. All of them are cousins. So it's just like, are you kidding me, dude? Oh, yeah, dude, it's fucking crazy, dude. And it's all one family fighting each other. It's insane. Oh, it's nuts. Anyway, I gotta go for now, guys. I gotta use the bathroom and do several other things. It was great talking to you about medieval history. I'll be back later on. Take it easy, guys.